hey, man, so a couple days ago, Khamzat Chimaev did an interview, okay? In his interview, he said that the UFC has promised him the next middleweight title shot. Whoever wins between Dricus Du Plessis and Strickland, he's going to be fighting the next. And he said, those belts are mine. I'm going to come for the belts. And a lot of fans, look, I even made a video on it. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. It was yesterday. So I even made a video on it, right? And a lot of people are like, hey, man, why would they give him the middleweight title shot? He's never fought a real middleweight. The only person he fought at middleweight was Kamaru Usman, and Kamaru Usman's not a real middleweight. He's a welterweight. So a lot of people, like, don't like that idea. A lot of people don't like that idea. Check this out, bro. Look what Dricus Du Plessis has to say about that. Check it out.
Last thing, I mean, you're going to get asked this ad nauseum going into the week, like about Khamzat, about Israel. Of those two, do you feel like you ultimately end up fighting them both anyways? So it doesn't matter the order, it doesn't matter who comes back and stuff. Like those are probably going to be your first two title defenses, regardless. Do you think?
I don't know. As far as I know, Khamzat's a welterweight. What middleweight did he fight? He fought at middleweight, but he fought a welterweight. I mean,
closest was probably Gerald Meerschaert.
Yeah, I mean, Gerald Meerschaert, I mean, when was that? Where was he ranked? I don't even know.
I don't think he was at the time.
No, he wasn't ranked. So, in my opinion, that makes absolutely no sense. The UFC promised him a title fight. Where in the world does that happen? And he says, no, he's fighting Strickland. No, you're not. If there's a champion, if you get a title shot, I'm the champion. You're not going to get a title shot. And Israel Adesanya, that makes sense.
That right there is what majority of the fans are saying. Like, if you go on Twitter, if you go on, if you guys hear something, man, that's my dog chewing a bone right there, my bad. Yeah, that whatever he just said right there is what majority of the fans are saying. They're saying, hey, man, look, dog, it's not fair. Like, Khamzat Chimaev has never fought a middleweight. He goes to middleweight, fights Kamaru Usman, like I just said, who's not even a middleweight himself, then gets a title shot. That's what a lot of people are saying. Me personally, like, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to see a Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev rematch. That first fight, man, it was close, and Kamaru Usman was coming off the couch, like 10 days notice, bro, okay, and fighting Khamzat Chimaev. And Khamzat Chimaev said he broke his hand in the first round. That's why he couldn't throw the last 2 rounds. And it was such a close fight, dog. It was such a close fight. It was so close that some people are saying Kamaru Usman won, man. So, me personally, I would want to see a rematch. I would want to see a rematch just to, like, it was just too freaking close. And you can see right here, Dricus Du Plessis wants Israel Adesanya. He wants Israel Adesanya, man. But first, he's got to get through Strickland. Right here, this interview made me like Dricus Du Plessis more. I wasn't like the biggest Dricus Du Plessis fan. I want Strickland to win. But stuff like this, like, a lot of fighters don't understand, bro. Stuff like this makes fans like them more. Like, the way they carry themselves, the way they handle themselves. Look at what DDP says right here about what happened after the Strickland brawl, or whatever you want to call it, at that UFC event. Check this out.
Afterwards, you think about that. I know Dana came to me and said, listen, this is the case. Like, we're really sorry about this. But obviously the police had him, and like, charges can be pressed because this is that's assault. You know, it's outside of a professional arena. So, and they didn't try and convince me otherwise at all. They literally said, listen, if you feel like that was uncalled for, we completely understand. If you want to, press charges, take this further. And I said, no, please, no. We are two fighters. I mean, it was a good old scrap, like we did before we became professionals. And I just asked him, like, is there any, I would love to make sure, I would even take the blame if that's possible, just to make sure that nothing happens to him. We know to come to Canada, they are very strict. They're very, very strict in getting into the country, and I just wanted to make sure that nothing happens that the fight's in jeopardy. And I never thought that Strickland, never even think of it, of him trying to get a way out. He's not that type of guy. He's a type of guy that's always game. He's a guy that will go out on his shield and do it with honor.
Logan Paul would have pressed charges and sued him in 1 second, dog. In 1 second. I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, I've always known Dricus Du Plessis. If you watch UFC, you know DDP, bro. But I've never really watched his interviews and stuff. This interview made me a fan, dog. This interview made me a fan. I still want Strickland to win, but this interview made me a fan. Like, so many times, bro. So many times, fighters lose fans because of stuff they do outside of the octagon. They could be amazing fighters, or in the ring or boxing ring. They could be amazing fighters, and they don't carry themselves like men outside of the octagon or outside of the ring, and they lose so many fighters. Look at Ian Gary, bro. Look at Ian Gary, man. It's the same thing, man. If you don't act like a man, you're gonna lose fans. That's just how it is. These fighters, if you don't act like a man, you're gonna lose fans. You see the way he said it, bro. Doug, we're men, we're fighters. It was nothing. It was nothing. That's how it should be, bro. That's how it should be, man. Let me know what you think of this in the comments, man. Who do you think is gonna win, Dricus Du Plessis or Sean Strickland? Let me know what you think of this in the comments, and it'll mean the world to me if you like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the noti. Thank you so much for watching.